Hey, what's up everyone? Brandon Hart here, and today we're going to be taking a little bit of a deep dive into how I recreated Alter Bridge's isolation guitar tone using PLINI X. To be completely honest with you, I am really impressed with how close I was able to get to the original tone. The first thing that I did is I pulled in the overdrive from PLINI X. I boosted the tone, I pulled the drive all the way back, as well as boosting some level into the guitar head. Now this is where the magic happens. I used the lead head within PLINI X, and one thing that I noticed, especially on this album, is they kind of went for a lower gain guitar tone. It really allows for some extra detail in the pick attack to come through. I pulled back the gain, I boosted the bass, pulled back on the mids, boosted the treble, and then I pulled back the master to give it a little bit of headroom, and then I boosted the presence to introduce a touch of clarity. These settings gave it a really round tonality. And then moving over to the cab, I used the lead cab with a dynamic 57 as well as a ribbon 160. I think one of my favorite things that I've just really come to love that's within basically all of Neural DSP's plugins is a parametric EQ. With this EQ, the key was to even out the frequencies. I decreased 65 and 120 Hertz by a couple dB, and then I boosted 250 and 500 Hertz by around 0.5 to 1.2 dB. And to be able to bring out the pick attack, I boosted 1 and 2K, and then I boosted 4K by 3.2 dB. With this 4K boost, I found that it introduced some really nice clarity, and then I boosted 8K by 6.8 dB, and this is to bring in some additional presence. This is one thing that I really want to touch on. One of the things that I've noticed, especially since I've started this Procreate series, I've really went in with a lot of detail and studied up on a lot of the curves that some of my favorite guitar tones are based off of. And one thing that I've learned is the majority of the time, a lot of people don't even do high or low passes. They either do shelves or they just leave the low end or high end alone. So instead of doing a low pass filter, I pulled back a little bit of 16K and I left it alone. Next plugin that I pulled in is the brand new Pro Q4, and the purpose behind the Pro Q4 was to do some additional shaping and notching. So I notched out the lower mids by a couple dB. I did a narrow cut at 550 Hertz, as well as pulling back 690 Hertz by 4 dB. This was a nasally tone that I did not like hearing whatsoever. And then I boosted some additional 1K and 2K to bring out some additional pick attack, as well as introducing a narrow notch at 1.2K. And then I did some additional notching at 3.4K and 5.7K. These were two really annoying high mid frequencies that I wanted to pull back. And the final plugin that I pulled into this chain is the API 2500 from Universal Audio. And the point of this is to get anywhere between -2 and -3 dB of reduction with a slow attack and a semi-fast release and a 4:1 ratio.